line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
Be some low volume. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, right now Stephen Miles leading, and we're seeing our first wave of pits here,
Oh,
Luke.
we're
and,
seeing a lot of them.
A lot of pits and a lot of tire lockups. I don't know if you can see the smoke on your screen, Luke, but I mean, seems about half the guys locked up. But all in all, a very clean pit. Nobody ended up backwards, and that's all you can really ask for out here. So they're coming in, and with that cycle around, it looks like the 22 car is going to lead for a couple laps.
You know, I'm a big fan of these green pits, Kevin. It makes it a little more interesting and just really, it's a whole different environment out here than just the, pacing yellow pits out here. But leading us off right now, it's going to be Casey Gross out here. He's leading right now with Kyler Wynn not too far off behind him. He's leaving the pits now, so they're going to be trying to catch up out here.
Yeah, and Kyler, Malik, Stephen Miles, even the McCullows, they run these series together a lot. They got a lot of experience working together. I know Kyler, Malik, and Stephen, they all are are teammates themselves, so it's not surprising at all out here to see them running a little bit of strategy together.
You know, they always seem to get it done here, at least in most of the money races we talked about, Kevin. I mean, the McCulloughs always working together out here just by themselves. Anybody else they bring to that table as well, it's just beneficial for them all around.
Yeah, a little bit of some problems on OBS with some audio. Obviously, we had problems. Seems like, everything's going ass backwards right now, but we are live, and we are live a lot cleaner than we were over on our network with VBR. They're live on YouTube, they're live on Twitch. VBR Racing Network is where to find it, and they are presented by Dubby Energy, so check them out. Yeah, and a great question, John. Can the McCulloughs be stopped? I think if someone can stop them, it's going to be some of those other guys we see up front. Warren, great qualifying lap. He hasn't been able to be passed by many as he's still running up towards the front. Malik Ray and Kyler Wynn, obviously, they're dominating this one. They're always dominating these races. Nothing surprising about that. But we're only 35 laps into an 80-lap race out here. So, a lot of racing left. I think we're going to see some more cautions. I don't know about you, Luke, but
I mean, it's tough to say. I mean, from what we've seen so far. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so far we've seen 2 cautions out here, I think. The first one was around lap 12. I know, Luke, you saw that one a little more clearly than I did. I know that was the midst of the issues.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really get the chance to really look back and look at it. It just seemed like it was more of a racing incident. I didn't really get to look at it. Still was trying to figure out most of our UI stuff, but that was our first one.
Overall, up front, we've seen some beating around, banging around between some of the front runners, but they've kept it very clean. Right now, we're seeing that single file racing that we often see in these super long races. There's no point in racing like it's the last lap of the race because it isn't, and they know they got a lot more speed not racing each other. So right now, just putting laps together, and that's where we are right now on lap 37. The McCulloughs have worked together great. Malik and Kyler have worked together great. The 23 car of Hurt, the 22 car of Gross, all putting up good times, but those front 6 right now just looking unstoppable as they have gained just about a 9-second lead on that next group.
And they're really starting to work here, Kevin. They are moving out here. And I was just commenting earlier about how big of a track that Talladega is. And I mean, if you can get a handful of guys really working together for a draft, I mean, you can really make anything happen here.
Yeah, and looking back, it appears I don't know if it was a penalty or if it was just a botched pit job, but it looks like Stephen Miles did not come out as well as he went in on that pit stop, as he has fallen all the way towards the back. I would assume beating, maybe a bad entry, something like that, but not a great pit stop for him. Going to be a upwards climb for Stephen Miles. Yeah, and shout out to Dubby Energy with VBR. And all the graphics are, getting put into place right now because, like I said, terrible last minute. I hate to put Michael in this position, but last minute stuff, and he's really helping us out so much, and we appreciate it. Some of the sponsors on the race: James Wagner's Welding, Lightning Wraps. I know one of the prizes is going to be a wrap. Built Design Co. Or Bullet Design Co. I'm sorry, and that's going to be another sponsor. Butt Kicker. That's one of the main prizes, a Butt Kicker Gamer Plus unit. I know for those sim racing nerds that know a lot more about the actual, interactive, like I don't even know what to call it, stuff for the sim rigs. I know that's a very, very high-end unit. And obviously just a shout out to Pottles Super Speedway and Pottles for putting this on, because this is a great race for a great cause out here.
You know, what a cool prize out there for first place, Kevin. It's definitely a little bit out of my price range, that's for sure. So,
Yeah,
definitely a nice
Luke,
addition to the setup for these guys.
I'm trying to get a little bit better of a read on what that unit actually is. I use a Logitech G29 and a wooden kitchen chair for my setup, so it's definitely a bit of an upgrade.
No doubt, it'll be a nice one if whoever gets to take that one home. That's for sure. Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, and I feel like anything out here would be better than what my setup is, but I don't think I have the skill to go hand in hand with a setup like that, so it is what it is.
Right now, Malik Ray and Kyler Wynn here, still your top two right now. Scott Warren's going to be filing back in P3. Am I getting that right? Yeah, sorry, they're sitting behind a lap car. I was a little confused there. I believe that's Stephen Miles up in front of the lead pack right now. He's currently riding in 21st place. Staying right in front of Malik Ray. I know they work quite a bit together, so wouldn't be surprised if they have something cooking up.
Yeah, no doubt, and like we said earlier about those, kind of two groups, we got the one front runners, it's about 6 cars, and then you got another that's about, I want to say 7, all the way from Hurt back to, I think it might be Hurt again. I think Hodgson. But it seems like those two groups are the groups to look at. They're both running the fastest laps out here. But obviously, it seems like that first one is the often money racers that we see in other series. So maybe a little bit more practice and a little bit more experience coming out and showing here in this one thus far.
But it's still early on, Kevin. We're just over the halfway point. I believe we're on lap 43. Please correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But lap 43 out here is what I'm reading. So we're a little over halfway done with the race. We haven't seen too many cautions or too many incidents out here. They've kept it clean for the most part, but definitely a lot of separation between the drivers out here. So it's going to be interesting to see if we do stay green out here. How can that second group back there work to maybe, get back up, maybe getting a shot in this thing? And for the guys in the front group, how can they, avoid falling off pace and letting those guys behind them catch up?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, as you can see up front, it kind of seems to be... Oh, and they're starting to kind of race each other a little bit more as they've grouped in alongside a lap down group. But what I was just going to say is it seems like, Malik and Kyler, it's, same dances we always see from the two of them, putting in the laps out here. If there was a prize for most led laps in a lot of these races, they would be very wealthy men.
Not like they aren't already. It seems like we're calling their names a lot out here in a good number of these pay races. They definitely haven't been doing bad by any means.
All right, perfect. Yeah, and a lot of sponsors out here to make this happen. It really is nice to see the community all come together and make this happen. From Pottles for putting this on, to the sponsors, to the drivers coming out here on their Friday night and putting on a show for us, to Michael for saving the day with his broadcast, VBR Racing Network, and everything in between. It's really a good sight to see the iRacing community putting on a good thing out here.
Kevin, it's a good cause and a good group of guys out here getting things done, and they're putting on an exciting race out here. I was saying, what is this? I don't remember who's leading right there. That's Stephen Miles leading on the inside line right now. He's still a lap down, mind you. But they're starting to get that outside line, starting to get some momentum right now. They're going to give them a run for their money.
A lot of McCullough fans in here. I know
Actually,
MMS is running a race after this and tomorrow, so you know, can't help but root for the McCulloughs myself because I love watching those races, and they're a couple of great guys.
yeah.
You know, it's
One thing
Chris
I
and
would like to
Kenny
point out
tonight.
there, those sorry, go ahead.
Oh.
I was going to say those two drivers there on that outside line that we're seeing right now, the number 77 and the 29, those guys are also a lap down. So they're fighting right now to try to get in front of Stephen Miles and become the lucky dog king. Or, well, sorry, fight to stay on the lead lap. As of right now, Adam Sprinkle is going to be the lucky dog candidate. He's in 77th place, so... Or, sorry, he's the number 77.
77th place, that's about where I'm sitting right now. Yeah, and I've got to agree with Michael. I mean, who knows when these cautions are coming? It can happen anywhere. It will happen anywhere, and I mean, we've seen cautions from people running 2 cars that, you know, messed up 15, 20 cars race. So, as far as strategy goes, nobody knows, because this is Talladega, and an incident will happen. We still have over 30 laps to go. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it can happen anywhere. It doesn't matter when it doesn't matter if it happens. It matters where it happens, when it happens, because I know from past experience that I've been wrecked from a caution that happened just about halfway across the field. So it's all about positioning out here. It's all about, you know, keeping aware, keeping your eyes peeled, and taking it to the promised land. Yeah, and once again, a huge thanks and a welcome to Michael Ballinger, the host of VBR Racing Network, the man that has really saved us, and a great guy. He's currently running the stream, and he is the lead voice on VBR Racing Network, presented by W Energy.
VBR 24, check out 10% off yours. Usually I'm Michael Ballinger. Not only am I the lead voice of VBR Racing, I've told you guys this too, that watch us on a regular, that I'm not only just the lead commentator, but I'm also one of the owners of VBR. The owner, John Vaughn, he's still out with PC issues right now. Once he gets back, we'll be giving you some Motor Pro content as well, from what we see as drivers and spotters. Yeah, thanks for letting me come in and help you guys on this. Malik Ray, he's out front right now, but we also can't count out Kyler Wren either. And he's pretty fast. He's won a bunch of these too, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, definitely not one to count out here. There are 2 big names out here that we always see in these, at least the pay races. So, I mean, it's hard not to have your money on them, but then again, not too far off behind them and riding P4 and P5. It's the McCulloughs. Never count them out. They can always make a move here late. I know they got a lot of support from some of the other drivers as well. So, pay attention to them to be making a move here later on in this race.
I'd also like to mention how Malik Ray right now, he's pretty much running it pedal to the metal. As you can see on his dash, he's running about 186 right now, 4th gear. And he's running about full throttle right now, but let's look at someone like Christopher McCullough, who's in the 94. He's running about 3/4 of half throttle and still running at full speed here. The way that works is with the draft here. Because if you have somebody in front of you, behind you, you can pretty much run full speed at 3/4 of half throttle here and still save enough fuel for the end here.
I mean, just another reason why this is one of my favorite tracks. Just so much opportunity and so many different strategies you can play out here. A lot of different variables that you don't see at some of the shorter and smaller tracks. So definitely a fun one for me to always watch. And they're really putting on a show for us out here. Single file wide most of the way through out here for the lead, but they really don't have a reason to be fighting too much. I mean, really only on lap 51, so not one to test things too much, trying to preserve the cars out here. And I'm going to have to look again here. They do have 2 fast repairs on the night. They have 4 sets of tires, and they're running 60% fuel right now. So that does kind of change up the fuel window a little bit for them, but I know those 2 faster pairs aren't going to be as big of a deal for these guys. They've managed to keep it clean here for the most part, but that can all change in an instant out here, especially as we start to close out the laps.
Indeed, and I've also noticed too that after this green flag pit stop here, we're divided into multiple packs here.
Yeah, and
They
you
are a
know,
lot of separation.
a little game that we like to play sometimes, Michael. We like to guess A, who we think is gonna, have a shot in this one, and B, how many cautions do you think we're gonna see from here on out?
That's pretty much like what we like to play. If you're regulars, we like to do it as a over/under, where we'll give a certain amount of. I'll say, hey, we're gonna have this many cautions. Is this? Do you think it'll be over or under? And I'll give them what I think and how many I think it'll
Little over-under game. We can run that. Who wants to set the line?
You want to set the line, or you want us to this time?
be. Go for it. How many cautions are we at right now?
I want to say 2. It might be 1 though. I mean, let me check, because what we saw when we were live was 1, but we had some issues, so
Tough to say.
all right. I think we're looking at 1 right now. I think we've seen 1 caution and then 1 green flag pit. If you put it at 5, what do we got? We got 3 green light checkers. Yeah, 3 green light checkers. I'm still, you know what? I'm still gonna take the under. I've got.
Yeah.
I've got faith in these guys.
All right. Well, you know what? I don't.
Luke, you said you don't.
What's up? Nope. I think we're gonna see. I'm gonna take the over. I'm gonna take the over. If you're gonna take the under, I'll take the over, Kevin. I think we'll see more than 3. Yeah, let's hear what the folks got to say.
I know they are. Import. And fans, what do we think? We think we're gonna see 4 more cautions in the next, I don't know, roughly 25 laps plus green white checkers. I personally don't think. John Perkins, you know it, buddy. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I personally think we're gonna have under 5 cautions, but see what the viewers have to say.
And I just got the chance to read John's message. You're laughing so hard I had to pull up the chat to read it.
Yeah, and I know. Yeah, and thanks again to the VBR Racing Network. Anybody that's enjoying this one, go ahead and hit the follow and like button on YouTube, and the subscribe and like button on YouTube, and the follow and like button over on Twitch, because this is a very entertaining race so far, and I think it's only going to get better as we see, same 6 guys out there in front that we've seen for the majority of this thing, but that other group that was, trailing a little bit back, they've taken their pits. So, a little bit of different strategies going on. I think it's going to be super, super exciting to see how those play out, and if we do stay green for another extended period of time, how that is going to play out, because I know a lot of these guys that run these pit races are not used to these super long green runs. It's definitely less common to see an 80, I think it'd be about a 70 lap green run if we get to the end. I think it's a lot less common to see that as opposed to, getting more cautions more frequently, like what we're used to.
to agree with you there, Kevin. And we're seeing the pits coming in now as everybody is starting to scramble into the pits right now. A lot of tire smoke going in. Hold it together, boys. And it seems as though most of the guys coming in that first group hold it together. I'm seeing Malik Ray, Kyler Wynn, Warren. I'm seeing both of the McCullows going in. I'm seeing Azranoff. That's going to be P1 through 6 right now going in to take their pits this time by.
Yeah,
I believe that's going to leave the availability for the lead to Robin Stevens.
That's that main group we've been talking about all night, Luke. And they decide that the time is now with about 23 to go. And I've got to agree. I mean, 24 to go maybe. I've got to agree. I think tires aren't super important, so I think it's just a matter of, getting it over with and getting back out there. They've got themselves a pretty substantial lead going, and see if they can hang on to it.
And I'd have to agree with you there on the whole tire thing, Kevin. Tires really aren't going to be that influential out here on a track like Talladega. You have a lot of room to make the turn, so you're not going to really be fighting the tires too much unless you're really trying to make like a last-minute swerve. So, I mean, I could really only see that being the major time the tire wear is going to really come into play. Maybe when they go into some bump drafts, receiving some bumps maybe, but tires definitely isn't going to be the biggest concern of the drivers out here tonight. I think fuel's going to be the big one for them. They're bumping around single file all the way through right now. It's going to be Malik Ray with the lead right now out of the pits. Kyler Wynn in second place. Trevor Azranoff in third. Scott Warren in fourth. And both of the McCullows in P5 and 6. And I think we saw Malik Ray slide down below the yellow there for a minute. Not too sure what that was about. I didn't really get to see it all that well, but he holds things together and he comes back up onto the track and he's riding that inside line with Trevor behind him.
Yeah, and we got that poll out there. We got 7 votes in right now. 29% of those guys think it's going to be over 5 cautions, with a whopping 71% thinking it's going to be under. So if you haven't voted already, make sure you do so, because I think it's an interesting line. I know it was set about 10 laps ago, and I think you would have imagined one would have happened within those 10 laps. The racing has begun. There's 22 laps to go, and these guys want to get themselves a nice butt kicker gamer plus, or maybe a pair of racing gloves, or maybe a little bit of credit and a free charter from the boss man Wagner over at R&R. So, there's some prizes out there, and I know these guys aren't going to play easy to get it.
And I mean, definitely a nice prize pool out here for the fellas. So they're going to be fighting and clawing out here for the lead. I believe they're running about, what is that? I want to say it's about 5 or 6 up in the front group right now, and you see about 3 trailing off back there. Yeah, 5 in the main group right there, and you see about 2 or 3 trailing off right now. It's going to be both of the McCullows. No surprise there. I mean, if anybody can make it back up to that, it's going to be them. They're just playing their opportunity here, waiting for the right move. Race is starting to dwindle down now, so it's tough to see what the move is going to be made out here. Stephen Miles still technically a lap down, or not a lap down. He's still technically on the lead lap right now. He's in P18 right now, supporting the line with Malik Ray right now, leading the charge on the inside line.
Yeah, and once again, this BBR Racing Network is sponsored by W Energy. 25% off W Energy. I'm sorry, what was that code again? Oh, sorry, 10% off code BBR24, and that is at W Energy. Yeah, 20 laps to go here, and what do you think, Luke? You think we're gonna see? You think we're gonna see these guys really start racing each other before the last few laps? Because you gotta think, we see 2 groups of teammates, at least, in that front running group, and I mean Trevor Rasmuth with the Jack Shack. I know he gets along with a lot of the other guys that are up there. So are they really gonna race each other that aggressively until the very end?
I mean, it's tough to say. I mean, it's obviously tough to make the call, but I took the over on the cautions, so I'd like to think we're probably going to have a little bit more intense racing out here. I think they're going to find their teams early out here. Probably when we approach that, last, I'd say, under 10 laps to go, 5 to 10 laps to go, they're going to really start getting things going. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see another 3-wide situation out here. I mean, they got the cars for it. We saw it in the first, I want to say, 30 laps of the race. We saw a lot of clean 3-wide racing out here. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see a couple more cautions just due to that fact. But I don't know. Obviously, I'd like to see the drivers get a clean finish out here, but, you know, it's Talladega. I like to see some wrecking, so.
Yeah, and I mean, just the absolute freakiest chat I've ever seen on a YouTube stream. We are now accepting donations to plug up Corey Wright III. I think I think the gang got Butt Kicker Gamer Plus mixed up with some other sort of product, but but we got about 17, 18 to go here, and Malik Ray, I mean,
Who else?
who else, Luke? I mean, I want to see these guys. I want to see some 3-wide racing between these guys. I know they can do it. We've seen it before.
Man it out, fellas.
Yeah.
In my race earlier at Daytona, I was 4-wide a little bit earlier. It can happen, especially at Talladega.
Yeah, and you know, Luke, with all due respect, I pray this race is nothing like your Draftmaster lobbies.
I would have to agree with you, Kevin. Draft masters in general, not the not the cleanest driving in the world, but it makes for an easy morning to finish my coffee before I head to work. So. Exactly.
Yeah, and you know,
No doubt there.
it's definitely given him the speed to get a big escape from the group behind him. But this main pack is dealing with some lap cars. And you know, when they start branching out 2-3 wide, it's going to be interesting to see where these lap cars go, because as we know all too well, sometimes the stronger line is just whoever has more cars. Yeah, and
We're
you know,
definitely in that pocket.
the pits are done. You know, everyone's out here on this track until the race is over, unless their car is decommissioned by a wreck. But I'd imagine this is what we're gonna see. That we're gonna see this group of 6 cars running it clean and just praying to the gods above that nobody causes an incident and groups them back up, because a 6-car race is a lot easier to manage than a what did we start with, 29, 30 cars out here?
I believe it was 28 was the official number before we head out. Before we double check. No, we're reading 29.
Yeah, and a huge thanks to Michael Bollinger of VBR Racing Network. He was going to run the race. Some personal things came up, but he was able to swing by just in the nick of time to absolutely save us and push out a great broadcast here with VBR and Bottle Super Speedway.
Oh, there's the move by Malik Ray. He's going to make his pass around Trevor Azranoff. You know they've been racing together, all racing, working together. I want to say that was Stephen Miles. Sorry. Stephen Miles, he's going to file in behind Malik Ray now. That puts him technically at a lap down now, but that's going to give him a very, very nice support line push behind Malik Ray up here to the finish. Stephen Miles has no reason to be really racing any of these other drivers out here, so he's really just going to be pushing Malik Ray, I believe, out here probably to the finish. Then again, in that front bunch, Kevin, both of the McCullows are still up there, and a whole plethora of other teammates. Oh, we got a caution flag flying in the air, Kevin. That's going to shake this race up.
Oh, absolutely it is, and I think there's going to be some very happy fans in the chat, because I know a couple of guys were already hoping for a caution, and this just turned from a 6-car race to a 28-car race. Just like that, Luke. I mean,
and maybe some cleaning of the undergarments from the guys up in P1 through 6. They're now going to have to deal with a hell of a lot more cars than just the 6 of them. Not a clue. I can take a look here. I'll watch my side of the replay here. And at least from my view right now, I'm not sure if it maybe happened earlier than that or what, but I'm not.
Is it not showing anything on SDK?
I'm not seeing any vehicles marked as crashed. but that might have been the case, because, I mean, I'm looking out here at the time of caution, looking through every driver.
Oh,
I'm not seeing a single driver.
go back a couple. Luke.
What? Oh.
Yeah, looking at the instant replay presented by Dubby. VBR What Happened replay, and take a look at what's going on here to cause your second caution of the night.
If I can get a eye on it here. Said the 83. And I saw a little bit of an awkward bump, but they both held it together entirely. But I'm seeing Adam Sprinkle being given an EOL, and I'm seeing from race control number 77 SPR end of line rec lap 63. So I believe that was maybe at fault of the number 77 of Adam Sprinkle. Oh, yep, there it is. I see it. It's starting to come through on our end now. Briefly caught it there for a moment. Remind me, what was the number involved with that one? You said the 29 and the 77? All right. Oh. Seems like they both kind of wanted that inside line, the 29 and the 77, and they... I mean, technically the 29 was there. I mean, just watching it back from my point of view here, I'm watching on a separate replay from the stream right now. They're both kind of holding that inside line. The 29 was already there and committed, and the 77 just didn't get the memo, I guess, and decided to stay down on that inside line. They bumped doors, and that results in the 77 going sideways in the infield, but his vehicle seems all right, and it doesn't seem to be damaged too badly. So I think those who were involved seem to sort it out for the most part.
Yeah, and you know it says first caution, but that is actually the second caution of the night, first caution on this broadcast. But we had one around lap 12, and now we have one around lap 68. So, not the actual first caution, but very clean racing so far, Luke.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we did see a lot of three-wide racing here in the early stages of this race. With all these guys being bunched back up together, Kevin, I mean, I believe they're going green this time by, so it's going to be lap 71 of 80. It's going to be 9 to go when they go green out here. It's going to be I have a feeling it's going to really start stacking up here. 3 wide, I believe, probably here within the next couple laps, if I had to take a guess. We're seeing some cars, I believe, up here making up some laps right now. I'm counting at least 5 of them. letting some of the drivers, I think, get back up on the lead lap, I do believe. Not too sure the specifics on the rules regarding that, but we'll, yeah, look at that. We got two McCulloghs leading off the, going to be leading us off when we go green this time by. Christopher and Kenny both going to be leading us off here on their respective lines. They pretty much got their choice of restart, Kevin. Do you think they hold the two wide front right here, or do you think they file it back down and support each other in a push?
You know, I would have to assume they're gonna, you know, try to file it in together, but I don't really know. I couldn't tell you. If it was us, Luke, I'd hope you'd let me in. But
Nope,
you
you're
know,
staying out there. You're staying out there. You're not getting in.
oh well,
Putting your ass on the wall.
the way she goes, I guess.
All jokes over here at Ninth Gear Broadcasting, of course. iRacing, please. That was not serious. Do not ban me. I will not wreck anybody. Please.
I'm protesting you, Luke.
They'd get me too. Yeah, we got a little something similar. We won't get into the specifics of it, but it is called the Ninth Gear Sandwich.
And it has gotten me banned in the past.
Anyways. Going off the restart, like we said, it's going to be both of the McCulloghs leading us off here. We got, let's see, Hodgson? You're going to have to correct me here. Hodgson. Okay, gotcha. And Chris Schuler? Oh my goodness. Schulzler? Right?
Dessler? I don't know.
Yeah.
Schusler.
Some tough pronunciation up here for the guys in the booth, it seems. Malik Ray's still riding up almost within that top 5. He's running P6 right now, but the pace car is going to be going in, and we're going to be going green this time by Kevin out here, hopefully for the last time. It's going to be 8 laps to go here when we cross the start-finish out here again, and it's going to be the McCulloghs with their choice of the jump out here. Approaching the delayed Geico restart we love so much out here at Talladega. And there they are. The flag is waving. We are green out here once again. The McCulloghs with the jump. And Chris is going to have a good jump on that inside line. Kenny's clear. Will he take it? No, he will not. And that gap is closed back.
Yeah, and
that gap quick by the number 8.
see, Chris actually goes up top with Kenny, so they're on the top line, but Malik is giving the pushes to Chris Hodgson right now, and they are getting it working on the inside line. A third line's brewing back there, but as of right now, it seems that bottom line's got the speed. Oh, but the gap is
third line's got 3 cars.
And here comes Malik on the super inside. He's being pushed by
McCullough's on the third line.
Of Clyde Barker.
Oh! You're bumping! Oh! You're fucking wrecking going through turns 3 and 4! Oh, holy shit! It's the big one at Talladega going into turn 3. And oh my god, they're still collecting. Many names, and they're wrecking like shit. And I mean, just to name a few, some of the names I'm seeing out here on the wreck list, we're looking at Johnny Hurst. I'm looking at Ryan Hunter, Hodgson. We're looking at Cindy Taylor, Laurent. We're looking at Corey Wright. And that's just to name a few, as I saw many drivers involved in that one, Kevin.
Yeah. No doubt
We'll
about
go back
it.
and watch the replay here to watch that.
I mean, I'm just praying DVR Racing Network isn't family friendly, because after that call by Luke, I don't think it is anymore.
And you know, Kevin, I believe that that puts us at what, 5 now?
You think that's already 5 cautions?
Is that our 5? Is that our 5th?
Are you out of your mind?
I'm just hoping. I'm just hoping.
We are on 3,
Hoping-
viewers. For those of you that aren't, not all there. We are at 3 cautions.
I was just hoping that I'm getting my over, Kevin. That's all. I'm a gambling man. You know that. We're seeing a lot of vehicles that were involved in that incident going into the pits. Right now I'm seeing Stephen Miles going into the pits, both of the Hurst. Obviously those involved in the wreck. And we're pacing out here once again. And I don't think that's going to take us to a green-white checkered. I think that's still going to be a normal finish out here, but another caution flies out here once again, Kevin, and we're back to pacing.
Yeah, and we're up to 3 now. Closing in on that 5 where the line was set, got 14 votes in. 29% of them think it's going to be over. 71 thinking it's going to be under still. It's a lot. It looks a lot like what we saw on our last start, except Malik has moved up about 5 or 6 spots to get into second. Tyler made up a few. We know he was running up front. Lost a little bit on the last restart. Astronaut also was in that main group. But everyone else, starting from Clyde Barker all the way, through Sterling Tice. I see Casey Gross. It's just those guys were the ones saved by the first caution, and now they're really trying to make something happen and jump on the opportunity they were given with that caution to get into some prizes here.
And you'll have to remind me, Kevin, what is our prize point looking like? Is it top 5?
I don't really know. Let me take a look. I know what the prizes are. I don't know who's getting what. Let me see if...
Take a look at our payouts, but it's definitely going to impact the positions out here. Who's going to be fighting? Be a little heavier out here for those paying positions, but both McCullough's still running in top. Malik Ray, like you said, has made his way to 2nd place. Matthew Barker has made his way up into 4th place. And Sterling Thies up there into 5th place. And that's just your top 5. Many more drivers behind them.
Yeah, and we got 3 Grunite checkers out here, Luke, so you gotta wonder if we get one of those, it's just a 2-lap shootout. Anything can happen in those 2 laps. We've seen people make runs from 19th up to 1st just in the last lap of those 2, so this isn't gonna be a green-white checkered, but it's gonna be, kind of the same format as it would be. With it just being a short shootout. And if you direct your attention to the chat, Pottles first is getting the Butt Kicker Gamer Plus and a race win medal. Second's getting the gloves. Third is getting the lightning wrapped. 14th is getting the paint design by I think it was I think it was Bullet Design. As Pounder Plus, John Perkins. An interesting comment. 1 pair of gloves to 1 driver with the least amount of incidents. So, anybody out there that has a low incident rating is in contention for getting that 2nd pair of gloves. Luke, I know that would be neither of us if
No, sir. No, sir. As much as I love that high wall, Kevin, I don't think I'd be anywhere close. Maybe the 14th place for the paint design.
Yeah,
maybe. If I play my cards right and keep maybe a fast repair up my sleeve. But enough talking about our shitty driving. The pace car is going in, and we're going green out here once again. It's going to be lap 76 of 80. Here we go. It's going to be Chris McCullough with the lead here on the inside line. Malik Ray on the outside line. They're approaching the restart. We're going to be going green out here once again. Flags waving, boogity, boogity, boogity. We're racing once again out here, and off we go.
Yeah, and a good jump by Chris once again. It's his line to pick, but here comes Malik, the charge on the outside. Chris doesn't really seem decided. as he almost gets up into Malik's line there, but he comes back down in front of teammate Kenny McCullough, and it looks like it's going to be Malik and Clyde up there on the top, and McCullough's down low as we're too wide all the way through the leaders.
Oh, we're racing now. They're racing close to each other. The McCullough's opting to take the middle line here, but not giving that to the number 22 as they see him approaching quick and up.
Kenny gets jammed a little bit, almost goes under the yellow there, but he's able to get back in. Now it's Malik, Christopher, and Kenny McCullough.
3 wide.
Not 3 on the inside, but we are 3 wide racing. And here comes some of the other guys on the second and third line.
Off we go. One of the McCullough's going to opt to take that second line behind Malik Ray. Oh, and we're sliding now. Hold it together. Dooring each other. We're seeing a car slide through the infield. Hold it together, boys.
Cars are going absolutely everywhere, Luke. And
damn.
We are still racing out
together.
Here. Somehow, some way.
Even the 22 gets pushed up below the yellow, but he holds it together. Car behind him.
Big checkup by the car behind them.
They're going to still hold it together, and we're still green out here.
And Malik's kind of
3 wide in the back right now.
An absolute movie in his rear view, but here come the McCulloughs, Luke.
Yeah, no surprise there, Kevin. They're one and the same. They are always making the move out here, working together, and they're making it work on the outside.
Kenny is coming.
Trevor Asranoff is working on the inside line behind Malik Ray. They're 3 wide about the 4th row back. They're still running cool and they're getting close. I mean, I can, tension's so hot you can cut it with a knife out here, Kevin. I mean, it's getting nancy out here. I mean, we're not seeing the third line as much as we normally would, but I mean, we're getting pretty close to the white flag. I have the feeling we're going to see it soon.
Yeah, and you know, once we
there
get
it is.
that white flag, anything can happen. We've seen, you know, teammates turn to not very happy teammates very quickly, but racing around right now.
Oh, and the 10 is loose behind him. He comes back in. He collects a couple cars. The 77 sideways, and they're wrecking again.
With caution, and that will be a first green light checker.
Oh, my. And the 77 is loose on the infield. Adam Sprinkle. That's going to officially take us to overtime out here, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to definitely shake up the race out here and, you know, maybe make it a little more interesting out here. We got even more laps for racing out here tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, and a huge wreck there, Luke. I know we saw the 77 of Adam Sprinkle get involved. We saw the 10 car. Let me see if I can get a read on who's running the 10 car out here. Sterling Tice. Yeah, so Sterling involved, Adam involved. I mean, a very, very violent wreck. Take us to our first green white checker to 3 tonight. And you know, overtime in these races, anything can happen now.
Oh, Kevin, I hate to say anything here, but one more caution. One more caution. Gotta hit my over here.
Hold up now, because did we said 5 over or under 5, but you know what happens if it's 5 exactly?
Don't you catch me with this technical bullshit. I'm getting it. It's 5.
Whoa! Who said you get it if it's 5?
Because I get to decide.
I don't agree with that shit at all.
Well, rules are meant to be bent.
The house wins if it's at 5 exactly.
Money goes to the house. I like it.
Pacing around now, Luke, and I mean, it almost looks like that main group of 6. And, we got Malik up there, we got Trevor up there, we got both the McCulloughs up there. That was 4, if not 6. I know Kyler was up there for a while, but how about Steven Miles? He has made his way back up into the top 10 here, running 9th place, running 9th place right now. And,
I'd just like to point out, he was riding in front of Malik Ray out here for, I mean, I want to say a good 20 laps out here in that big green stretch we had. He was really making it work out there for Malik Ray, giving him all the advantages staying on the inside line. But, I mean, he was fighting for a lap down there for a while, but now he's right back in it, back in the top 10. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to make his way up there and work with Malik Ray if he can make it happen, but he's got quite a few cars to pass out here to make that happen, Kevin.
Yeah, and we got 14 votes right now. That's gonna close out here soon when the white flag waves. So it looks like most of the guys still think most of the guys originally thought the under was going to hit, as it's still 71% dominating.
Malik Ray, I mean, he's been one of the names all night, Kevin. He's running up here in the front still. He's led. I mean, I don't have the official word, but if I had to put my money on who's got the most laps led, it would be pretty hard for me not to take him as a pick.
Yeah, and Malik Ray, no shortage of racing for him. As you see, he's got a little bit of damage on the back of his car. Maybe getting some aggressive bumps. I know those guys up front, they don't screw around when it comes to racing hard.
Yeah, they aren't wanting to let off out here, not wanting to give an inch at all, Kevin. I mean, I thought we were going to see the white flag last time by, but proved me wrong out there, and we're pacing around out here. And on our first green-white checkered of the afternoon, officially into overtime. It's going to be a wild ride out here for the final bits of this race. Trevor Azranoff is going to have the lead on the outside line. He's been one of the guys running up in the front for the most part, but I don't really know if he's led too many laps out here. So, he's got a good opportunity here when we go green. Again, it's going to be a green-white checkered out here, so they just got to make it around the track once to get that white flag waving in the air. So that's all we're aiming for, but it's tough to say if it'll happen out here, but yeah, they're going down the bear with me, my UI was reloading, but they are going down the back straightaway right now. I believe they're going to be going green this time. I'm really taking a look here at some of these front runners right now, Kevin. I mean, there is a lot of vehicles with a lot of damage right now in the front group. Bent up rear bumpers, bent up tail ends. My internet's just shitting the bed.
Yeah, they only got to get around 2 more times out here, so hopefully their cars aren't in too bad a shape, but they definitely don't look pretty out there.
Oh yeah.
You know what would make them look a little more pretty?
What's
getting
that,
14th
Kevin?
place and getting a free paint design on your car.
That's right. Let's go and take a look at who's currently in contention there for that. And it's going to be Christopher Hodgson. He was running up there in the front, and I believe he was involved in an incident. Unfortunate for him. That's bumped him back into 14th. But hey, if he holds on to that position, a free new scheme waiting for him at the end of this race. And I believe we're getting a pace lap extension out here. Not too clear on why, but we're getting an extra lap of pacing out here. I'm seeing from the RC. So we'll be going green this time by. Obviously going to maybe have to have some of the drivers, might change up some of the strategy for these guys. I mean, if you were planning on riding it out all the way to the end, you might have to really save some fuel here this lap, Kevin.
Yeah, absolutely, and I don't know who specifically has a strategy that would be changed by half a lap of fuel, but you never know, and those guys probably getting a little nervous right now. Half the game of these races is playing the right strategy and seeing how much fuel you can hold on these cautions, because there is a lot of pacing in some of these races.
Not as much as we saw last night, but I like Talladega. I like seeing the long green stretches out here. And, I mean, like I commented on earlier, I love seeing the green pits out here on a big track like this. So good on the drivers for keeping it clean for the most part. I mean, the wrecks we've seen have been nothing short of entertaining, Kevin.
Sorry, what was it?
You guys will have to bear with me. My internet is just having a fit right now. I can't see a damn thing. Let me... 1 moment.
Yeah, and once again, a huge thanks to VBR Racing Network for, letting us come on and helping us out. And, you can always catch more VBR Racing Network races here and on Twitch. So, big thanks to them, presented by Dubby. But, here we go. Pace car is in and we're racing. It's going to be the command of Malik Ray whenever he wants to take it.
And we're not racing yet, Kevin. That prolonged restart. Gotta wait.
Yep.
Here it is.
There it is.
There we are. Now we're green.
We are racing here at Talladega.
Ray gonna have the shot on the inside line. He's got momentum. He's got the McCulloghs behind him, but I believe he's gonna opt to slide up there to up to that second line right in front of Trevor Asvernoff. That's gonna give Kenny and Christopher a good run and open lane there on the inside line for the lead, and they're gonna see what they can do with that one. But the third line already looming there. That's led by the number, I believe, is that 82 or is that 28? So I think that's the 82 of Kyler Wynn. Kyler Wynn has made his way up to the lead on the third line, and we're 3 wide racing up here for the lead. Third line's getting some extra cars forming.
Tyler's back. I mean, he fell back a few positions on some of those cautions, but he is back on that third line.
Remember, right, Kevin, they just need to cross this. They just need to cross the restart here for the white flag to be in the air. And
there we go.
There it is. White flag's in the air, ladies and gentlemen.
And how about
McCullough's leading the inside?
Malik Ray on the outside, McCullough's on the inside. Kenny's kind of guessing between the two lines, but he's going to opt to take the inside through the turn with his teammate.
Tyler's going to get his speed on the outside, though. Just you watch on this back straightaway. That third line's going to get some room. Malik Ray going to opt to go up to the third line. He's going to get some room. They're beating and banging around. They're raking on the back straightaway. But we're still green out here. The white flag's in the air.
Boy.
Malik Ray still got the lead on the inside.
Trying to hang on to it.
Christopher's on the second line. He's making a move. They're door to door. McCullough gets spun. Ooh. And he's in the wall. And they're wrecking like shit behind him. Oh my god. Cars are flipping through the fucking air. Malik Ray's got the lead right now. Robin Stevens behind him. Who's going to get this one? It looks like Malik Ray's got the lane clear. And he's going to take it home out here at Talladega.
Malik Ray wins it. Holy hell.
Holy good lord. What an insane last lap, Kevin. I mean, they were wrecking like crazy throughout the back. That was insane.
Wow.
What an end to a race. I mean, we got a lot to watch back through here, and we don't have the official ruling right now. The unofficial ruling right now, Malik Ray with the lead and the win. Robin Stevens in second. Obviously, that's just unofficial as of right now. We still got to break some things down and hear a word from the RC, but we're going to break that down and go back and watch it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and see what caused that one. A bad break for MMS, a bad break for the Jack Shack. I know those guys were running good all day, and unfortunately just... Oh, man. Hate to see that for some of those guys, but Malik Ray, who dominated all of this race, was able to, by some miracle, hang on to it there at the end and hold off Robin.
I mean, he had a really damaged rear end of the vehicle, by the way, I'd like to point out. I'm watching the replay. That was... I'm watching the second wreck that happened going through turns 3 and 4 between McCullough and Malik Ray. Malik Ray had his outside tires into that second line. So he was kind of running in between lines 1 and 2. I don't think Chris really got the memo there, and that put him up into the wall.
Yeah, and I mean it feels like it was brewing all night, Luke. We got 5 exactly though, and
yes, sir.
It really feels like the big one just still needed to happen, and by God, it did.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely did, Kevin. I mean, they started kind of stacking up about 4 wide up there for the lead there for a few moments, from what I can see. Moments leading before the wreck on the back straightaway, but that wreck on the in through turns 3 and 4, that one collected just about as many as it did in the back straightaway. I mean, I saw about 3 cars completely airborne there out of turn 4. God, I think it's the 76. I believe so. I do.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Watch the onboard of the 76. That's going to be a good one. Yeah, this is going to be quite a hectic wreck, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're not wanting to watch that car camera shake around, look away. It's going to be a wild one here. Another one of those. Uh, can't really tell. I believe the one that.
yeah, and if you
Um,
guys don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and get Chris Schuessler of the 61 car in here for the first interview.
yeah, let's bring him on in.
Got third place. Hey, Chris Geisenbooth, you got a copy?
I do, I do. How are you
Hey,
guys?
good man, how you doing? That was an absolute crazy race and one of the craziest finishes we've seen in a long time. Um,
Yeah,
we
it
saw
was.
we knew something was brewing with the green white checkered. It always is, but it seemed like they're on that last lap on that white flag. Everyone kind of fanned out and some mistakes were made and some cars flew. And you want to talk us through how you were able to avoid that and get yourself into a podium finish?
I was telling the guys as I crossed the finish line, it's just right place, right time, and that's all it is. I mean, usually with the super speedways, it's a lot of luck anyway. Um, I was involved in an incident, I want to say a lap or two before that brought out the green white checkered, and so I went from I believe fourth, had damage, and then went to the back of the pack because I went into the pit when it was closed. So to go from like the back to getting on a podium, I mean that just tells you right there that it's like just being lucky through those accidents just got me there. So yeah, I wish I would. Wish I could say it was like a lot of skill, but I just tried to drive a clean race, and yeah, I kind of survived most of it, and then at the end, everyone gets a little wild, with the green white checkers, they get a little crazy, trying to jockey around for position. But yeah, I just made it through. I guess that's all I can say.
Yeah, and for about half that race, we saw a group of about 6 guys up there running about 10 seconds ahead of everyone else. I'm going to ask them this as well, but was there ever any doubt in your mind that there was going to be another caution after that and tighten back up the field?
You know what? I really don't know. I thought that the field was spread out enough that we probably would not have another caution, and that we would all be coming back in at different intervals for fuel, and then just sort of see how it would finish. And it was a great race, but I thought it would be not as exciting as some of the other races that I've been in, just because I thought that again, we're all kind of spread out. We'd get our fuel and we'd be back out and just finish it. So when that caution did come out, everyone came in, they topped off, everyone had enough fuel to finish, and yeah, fields tightened up again, and then it, who knows how it's going to go there.
Yeah, and it was a crazy finish, but good on you for being able to get through it and get into a good position at the end. Congratulations. Thanks for the interview. And you'd like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Yeah, for sure. I gotta say thanks real quick in this race. Johnny Hurst, he was with me in that pack of I want to say 5 or 6 cars through most of the race, and he was giving me. I was in the lead of that pack. I was the lead car, and he was, pushing my car around the track real well, and even gave me a couple tips about like kind of getting around and strategy, and then we sort of coordinated the fuel and coming in together. And so anyway, he was like a really big help through race. So I appreciate that. Johnny Hurst. And then I've been doing this for a little while. I haven't had the best of luck. I would say, I'm a pretty decent driver, but usually, not the quickest. So there's a lot of people that I've been, doing this with. I just want to thank Chantel Pottle for putting the race together. Um, she puts together a lot of, league races that I've been in, and then special events, which have been really cool. Robert Kahn as well has always been around to watch me race, and always has, I believe, just kind of rooted me on and kind of coached me along the way. The Warrens brothers as well, I've raced with, and they've been great to me as well, coaching me along, and they've been a lot of fun. And then the Ridgeway family as well. So yeah, not to be long-winded here, but it's been a good ride, and so I appreciate the race, appreciate you guys as well. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we appreciate it, Chris, and congratulations on getting a P3 finish out here tonight.
Oh, hey, thank you guys. It was a lot of fun. It was a good race.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
That was Chris Schustler. Hope I'm saying that right, but a good finish and just miraculous to get through what we saw there at the end. But next up, I'm going to get second place finisher Robin Stevens on in here. Hey, Robin, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
I'm here, yes. Hello.
Hey, congratulations on that finish. That was a hectic race and a
Yeah.
very chaotic finish. You were able to make it up 7 spots there on that last lap. You want to talk us through not only, how the race went, but how that last restart went and how you're able to avoid the chaos?
Yeah, I feel like I have some really good skills when it comes to wreck avoidance. And that's basically what happened there. There was a ton of wrecking at the end, and I was just able to avoid it all.
Yeah, no doubt. It was a huge wreck, and I'm not sure how any cars got through that, but you were able to. Chris was able to, and Malik was able to, and getting a second place finish out here gets you some sort of prize. I think at the very least some gloves. So congratulations on that. I just asked Chris the same thing when we saw that extended run of that extended green run where we saw some guys group out into different groups of 6 or 7 cars, and it was a lot of single file racing. Did you have a lot of hope that there was going to be another caution that tightened up the field?
Yeah, I was by myself for a long time. I was in like P14 and I was alone with no drafting help. Eventually, I was able to hook up with somebody that was coming out of the pits, and I was just crossing my fingers that there would be a caution. And luckily enough, one did come out. It was really a fuel saving thing for me. I was trying to figure out how long to extend my run before going into the pits based on where everybody else was at.
Yeah, and it seemed to be timed just about perfectly because you were able to get that second place finish. So congratulations on that. Thanks for the interview. Anything you'd like to shout out before you get you out of here?
Yeah, my husband, AJ Stevens at Stevens Motorsports, on YouTube. He puts out some really cool videos. Yeah, he's great. And then my buddy JD McHaley and everybody at the ICW Gaming group.
All right, I appreciate it, Robin, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Robin Stevens getting a second place finish out here, but it's time for the man of the hour, Luke. Time for Malik.
Seems like we're calling his name quite a bit, Kevin. Let's get him in here once again.
Hey, Malik, guys in the booth, how you doing?
Hey man, how's it going?
It seems like this is some sort of pattern now. We're talking to you just about after every race. You let a lot of the laps out here. It kind of seemed like they didn't want you to win this one. Every time you got up there in a great position, a caution flew. You want to talk us through how that last restart went and how you're able to avoid the chaos?
On the last restart, I came up in front of Trevor. I was gonna try to have Trevor push me because I knew I had damage. He lagged out. I think it was like halfway down the back straightaway, and then Kenny came up off turn 2. I wasn't gonna push him, so I came up in front of Kyler. Kyler gave me a big shot down the back straightaway. They went 4 wide, and they all crashed. And going into 3 and 4, I blocked Chris when he was I think he had a run because he missed the whole wreck, and then he went up top, and then I went to the middle seam, and then he just kept coming down on me afterwards. I think like he was expecting me to go all the way to the bottom, and I just stopped moving, and his car just kept coming down, and he just turned himself. That's really all there is to it. It was super
Yeah,
close. I think like I th- I believe like he was expecting me to still like keep going down because I had started going down some, but like I wasn't going all the way to the bottom, and that's all that it was, to be honest.
yeah, and we saw that super long, kind of single file green run about halfway through the race with you, Trevor, then some of the McCullows. Was there ever any doubt that there was going to be another caution to bring the field back together?
Nah, man, I knew it was gonna come out at some point. It kind of that's just how these races are. They always end up like that.
Yeah, and it went from, having to fend off 5 cars to having to fend off 27, but you were able to do it, and you're able to bring home the checkered flag once again, so congratulations on that, and thanks for the interview. Anyone like to shout out before we get you out of here?
I appreciate Kyler for his help down the back straightaway, and I appreciate Trevor for his help as well. And you guys for putting on the series, and James Wagner. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you.
Hey, we appreciate it, Malik, and congratulations. I'm sure we'll hear from you in the near future once again.
Yeah, I hope so.
That was Malik Ray getting the win out here tonight in the one lap at a time mental health awareness race here at Dega.
Yeah,
Luke, any
Kevin, it was.
final thoughts about this one?
I mean, you know what I got to say, Kevin. Talladega, one of my favorite tracks. The drivers put on an absolute spectacle for us out here. I mean, we saw 2 absolute wild wrecks there for the end and a nail biter to finish it off out here. I mean, overall, a great race for a great cause out here. Really good to see the community getting together to put on such a good race out here, and hoping we get all of our stuff fixed on our end before we get this next one underway, so we can hopefully get things all underway. And a big special thank you to Michael here at VBR for really bailing us out here, Kevin. We definitely wouldn't have been able to do it without him.
Yeah, and yeah, it's taking a look at the results here. Malik getting the win, obviously. Robin second, Chris third. But then you had Cindy Taylor getting fourth, Richard Hurst getting fifth, Chris Jordan, Kyler Wynn, Stephen Miles, Chris McCullough, and Liam Beebe rounding out your top 10 with the 14th place going to Johnny Hurst, getting himself a pair of gloves out here tonight. But
I thought 14th was going to get the paint scheme.
Was it?
I believe 14
Yeah,
was a
you're
paint
right.
scheme,
14 is
correct?
getting the
Yeah.
paint screen. I don't know who's getting the second pair of gloves. That's incident rating. I'm sure that'll be released later by RC. But yeah, just rounding things out tonight. I mean, I had a blast at Talladega. Huge thanks to Pottles for having us. I'm gonna have to apologize to her. We screwed the pooch on that one. But I mean, a huge thanks to VBR Racing Network and Michael for, like you said, bailing us out here. Not gonna give a thanks to Spectrum Internet. I'm not very thrilled
Yeah.
with them right now.
No thanks for Spectrum, that's for sure. They'll be getting one angry call in just a handful of moments if they're still open by any grace of God. I believe that's going to about do it out here for most of the guys out here and all of us up here in the broadcast booth. Ninth Gear Broadcasting, we're running under VBR here for this race, so a big special thank you to them. Big special thank you to all the viewers out here for watching. Big special thanks to everyone for putting it on out here and for all the drivers for giving us an absolute exciting race out here. This has been Ninth Gear Broadcasting, partnered with VBR out here, and we want to thank you all for coming out here, and I believe that's going to about do it for us all, everybody. Any closing thoughts out here for the rest of you guys?
Oh, that's gonna about do it for me. I'll see y'all in the next one.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, take care. We'll see you on the next one. Good night, race fans.
Woo!
Out.